Hey guys, it's Maymay, and today we are playing with Chalk Couture ink. Now this is a different product than the chalk I've been using, and this is my first time to try it. So if it works, we'll see it together. So I'm doing a couple things. I'm using 4 different colors of ink. The ink is a permanent ink and it works on fabrics. And we're gonna use the colors Couture Teal, Candy Apple, Black Velvet, and Shimmer Copper. I want to do it kind of in that 1950s vibe, you know? So we're going to do that. And then I'm using from Chalk Couture one of their pillowcases. This is a Lumbar pillowcase. It's the decorative Lumbar pillowcase, and it is 12 by 24. You get one of these in a pack. They're not really expensive. I want to say they're like $15, like $14.99. So this is specially designed to use for Chalk Couture. Now, the stencil I'm going to use is the same as what you use for chalk. It's the very same. The only difference that I see is that they tell me that I need to wash this one immediately because it is a dye or it's an ink, so it's going to stain. I really don't care if it stains it because I'll still use it, but I will go wash it immediately. All right, we need to prep first. So there's a couple of things we need to do. Number one is we need to press this guy, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So this is my little mini ironing board. I got this at Walmart a while back, and it's literally just a little miniature ironing board. It's got legs, but I never open the legs. I just leave it on my work surface, and it's actually perfect for this little lumbar guy. And I'm going to use my heat press from Cricut. This is the heat press from Cricut. I don't know if you guys have seen this before. It's solid on the back. You totally don't have to have this. You could just use an iron from your home, but this is what I have at work. So this is what I'm going to use. I actually have an iron also, but I love this guy, so I'm going to use it. I have it set to 305 because that's the temperature that you need to set to heat set the ink to, and we'll see about that when we get to that point. All right, there's that side. I'm going to flip it this way. I like this side of my ironing board better, so that's why I flipped it over. All I'm doing here is getting the wrinkles out. You don't need the heat to do the process. It's just when it comes in the package, it's a little wrinkly, and I feel like I'll get a better ink transfer if I iron it first. Now, full disclosure, I totally watched Ken Hess. He is a Chalk Couture designer, and I watched him and how he did his, and I'm going to copy most of what he did. Not everything. He even mixed ink and made a new color on his video. I'll link that video below for you guys, but I'm pretty much doing what he's doing. All right, so I think I'll use this side since I really like how that turned out, and I'm going to move my ironing board out of the way, and now we've got this guy. Now the one thing you have to do, because we're using ink, if you've ever like painted on a t-shirt or painted on fabric, you have to protect the in-between, because if you don't, it'll bleed through, right? Well, Chalk Couture makes a mat for that, but I am kind of coming into this late. I've been a designer for a while and hadn't done anything with that being a designer, so I don't have that mat, but I'll show you what I am going to do. So this is the package that my transfer came in. It's the plastic it came in. I'm going to use this as my barrier in between. Now I'm going to show you why. Because I don't store my transfers back in the package they came in. I store them in these craft containers that we carry in our store because I love these, and they're so much easier, and they snap open and close, and they're just the way I like to store them. They even have a little hanger up here if you want to hang them like in your craft room or something. But that's where I will put my transfers back into. So I'm going to take this guy and slide it in here. Now I will be getting one of those mats because that's reusable, and I'd rather have something reusable. But in the meantime, because I don't want to wait and I want to get this done, I'm going to put that underneath. Now I can already see I'm going to have a problem, and I just realized something. The setup I did for you guys, I have a gap in my table because I had to have a big enough table for this, so I need to fix that. So let me do that real quick. So I just moved over on my table a little bit to give you a more solid view here. And now we're going to put our transfer down. We do it just like we do with our regular chalk, like we've been doing with the other videos I've been doing. But we need to defuzz this one as well. This is a big one. So we need to defuzz it. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to defuzz it on my pillowcase. Why not, right? It's fabric. It's going to come off of here just fine. That's no problem. So now all I'm going to do is lay this guy where I want it on my pillowcase. I'm not going to press it down yet. I want to make sure I get it kind of centered. And now Something Ken did on his video, which I want to caution you about, is he added some tape around his stencil that he was using, around his transfer. The reason is his didn't have as much space between here and there, and it didn't cover as much of the canvas as mine does. So I don't need to add any tape, but if you feel like you could get off, you will want to tape it, because remember, this is not chalk. You can't wash this off with water. This is the ink that we're going to use. So for colors, the black, I'm going to do Free Hot Cocoa and Fresh Pine Scent in black. I'm going to do, I'll move these over here. I'm going to do the copper along the bottom where it says Cut and Carry since 1954. I'm going to do this teal color for the trees. I think that'll be pretty. And then the red for the word Christmas tree. And I think just to even things out, I'm going to use the copper for the Spruce Creek Farms. So let's start with the copper at the top. You do this very, very much like you do all other things chalk couture. So you need to have a little squeegee. Here's one for me here. And we're going to just squeegee this on. But first, I'm going to rub this down really good. Matter of fact, I think I'll use this squeegee and rub this on to my fabric really well. And just get a really good, crisp, clean image. Be really careful in these bigger areas where your screen is really, where you have a lot of screen. I find that you can really stretch that if you're not careful. I'm learning as I go, but I do find that to be the case. All right, so I'm going to stir this like I do with everything. Another tip I got from Ken is keep a wet wipe handy to clean your fingers, because you don't want to go from ink to pulling this off and get the ink onto the outsides of the pillowcase where you don't want it. All right, I'm going to stir this up. This copper is gorgeous, by the way. It's very much the same consistency of the Chalk Couture product. However, this even feels a little more yogurty, like instantly, without having to stir it to get that feel from it. All right, let's put some onto our work surface. I'm going to dip in here. I'm nervous. I've not done the ink. I pray the ink is as easy as the chalk, because I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm in love with the chalk product. In love. I was just talking to Melody Lane. So Melody is my upline in the business. Like, she's the one who introduced me to it. I signed up underneath her, and I was just telling her how much in trouble I am, how much I'm loving this product. And she's like, and you can have classes at your store, and I'd never even thought about that. All right, here's something else I learned from Ken. He said, and I'm doing what he says, he says to make sure you press that in, because you're pressing that ink into your canvas, which is your pillowcase. All right, I need to go ahead. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom too, because this is also going to be done in this same color. This color is incredible, and it's so smooth, y'all. This goes on like a dream. But I am pressing down in there. Okay, and your excess goes back in your jar, so you don't waste any that you're not using. And set that aside. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on that so I don't have it floating around. I don't think I have to hurry as fast with this product. Again, hadn't tried it. We're finding out together. Okay, time to do the red. I'm excited about the red. I don't have red chalk yet. I'm filming all of these in one day, so if you're watching these later, that's why I don't, because it's the first one I'm going to order when I get through playing. I'm going to mix this up. Just doesn't need as much as the other. This does have to be heat set, so we'll talk about that when we get to that. Pick some onto my spatula and press this in to the stencil. Remember, you're screen printing, so you're pressing this into the screen. If you ever screen printed in school, I was so lucky I got to take a class where we learned how to screen print. It was the coolest process, but you are pressing the ink into the screen, so you do need to put some pressure on it. This is why you want that piece between your pillowcase so you don't press it right through to the other side. And I know what you're thinking, can we do this on t-shirts? Yes, you can. T-shirts, pillows, blankets, anything. Can you imagine dish towels? I've seen the cutest dish towels done. That's what I'm thinking for presents. Can you imagine making custom dish towels? And when I mean custom, you need to know something. Chalk Couture has fonts as well. So you can get fonts and do this with it. You don't have to just use the words they have for you. All right, so I'm cleaning that up a little bit. I'm going to put that into here. Perfect. We're ready to move on to the next color. Just because I'm super anxious, I'm going to the green. Look at this beautiful color. This is, and I say it's green, it's teal. It's the same color as the Chalk Couture, kind of their signature color, which I absolutely love. And we're going to do the trees in this color. So I'm going to press this down and press it in to the canvas. Work it down in there. It literally makes everything go away. Look how the trees just go away because it's the same color as the transfer. All right, there's our teal done. Now just the black. Okay, first attempt. I'm checking my fingers to make sure I don't have any ink anywhere. We're going to pull this away, and we're going to do it just like we do with the chalk one, where we don't pull on one corner. We pull to the middle. Look at that. That is absolutely amazing. I cannot believe how well that did. I really am totally shocked. I'm going to zoom you in. Look how incredibly beautiful that is. The only place I see where I pressed too hard was here in the A and the S area, but it's perfectly fine by me, and I know next time not to press as hard as I was because I was pressing and kind of dragging. That's totally my fault. I think it is incredible and crisp and clear. I just love it. Now this guy is not done. You have to heat set it. For my first try, I'm super, super impressed with this. But what I need to do now is go clean my transfer in the sink. So I just cleaned my transfer. It's drying, but it just cleaned off just like the chalk product does. So easy, and that transfer is ready to go for the next time. I'm amazed. Now this has to be heat set. Here's the deal. You have to let this dry, or either you have to hit it with a blow dryer. I'm not going to do that because you need a piece of parchment or probably some Teflon paper like we use for heat pressing. You need something to put over the top and then press it. I don't have any of that with me at work, so I'm going to let this dry to the touch, take it home, and heat press it. Now, all you have to do, I'm going to help you with this part right here. I just got some on my hands because I had it on the bottle. So to heat set it, just read the back of the bottle. Here's what it says. Once completely dry, heat set design for 4 minutes each side to avoid bleeding and fading. Heat set using a medium iron with parchment paper as a barrier between the iron and the design. Do not freeze this or eat this, by the way. So when I was watching Ken, he said if you're using your iron, it's a medium setting. If you're using your heat press from Cricut, it's 305. That's about a medium setting. So this is super cool. I am in love with this. I cannot wait to stuff this and put this on my couch. I think it's adorable. I'm not going to be able to, though. It's going to be at the shop because I'm going to want everybody to see it. So we'll stuff it and then do it. And this is my first try. I can't wait to do a second one. And I got to be honest, I think the ink is just as easy to use as the chalk is. So I'm excited to do another project. Hope you're enjoying these little Chalk Couture videos. I'm certainly enjoying it. And if you would like to get your hands on some of these products, you can do that a couple of ways. You can become a designer, or you can sell these products. You can do parties. You can take this and let your friends do it, and then you can make a career out of this, as well as you can just purchase these items if you want to use them on their website. So they do have that available either way. If you sign up using the link below, you'll be joining my team, and if you purchase using the link below, you'll be purchasing from my team. So either way, I appreciate it. Hey, thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.